Today, I would like to share some thoughts with all of you about why Essential for Living is the best curriculum available for children and adults with moderate to severe disabilities. However, as many of you may know, I am responsible for a substantial portion of the content of Essential for Living, and as such, a disclaimer regarding bias is certainly appropriate. Given that, let's talk a bit about the ABA services that are often provided for young children with autism. These services often include intensive instruction using a developmental age-referenced curriculum such as the VB MAP or the Early Start Denver model, with the expectation that some of these children will catch up to their typically developing peers. And for some children with autism, this is a reasonable expectation. However, even after several years of intensive instruction, many of these children are found to have made very little progress, and the expectation of catching up to their typically developing peers is no longer reasonable. However, many young children with other moderate to severe developmental disabilities, such as Down syndrome, Angelman syndrome, microcephaly, Cornelia de Lange syndrome, and others, as distinct from or concurrent with autism, are also provided with ABA services. And for these children, expectations that include catching up to their typically developing peers are almost never reasonable. And for these children, along with most adults with moderate to severe developmental disabilities, the following skills have become very difficult to acquire: expressive and receptive language skills, matching and imitation skills, complex conditional discriminations, names or labels, often called tags, answers to questions, also called intraverbals, conversation, and abstract concepts. Skill deficits that once seemed like delays now seem like barriers. Many of these children and adults are also nonverbal and do not have an effective alternative method of speaking. And most of these learners seldom experience generalization across settings, situations, or people, and most seldom experience the emergence of novel responses. These children and adults need a life skills curriculum that will provide for them the skills and behavior necessary for a happy, productive, and fulfilling life. And no surprise, that curriculum is Essential for Living. Essential for Living is a complex array of life skills, beginning with the essential 8 skills and continuing on with other speaking and listening and daily living and tolerating skills that result in an improved quality of life. Essential for Living is about determining if an alternative method of speaking is necessary. Essential for Living is also about selecting a method that is consistent with the learner's skill repertoire. Essential for Living is also about determining if that method is effective. And Essential for Living is also about determining if that method is continuously available, frequently used, and effortless, and likely to last the learner a lifetime. Essential for Living is also about pragmatic language skills, teaching learners what they want and need to say and what they want and need to understand. Essential for Living is about daily living and tolerating skills that ensure health and safety, like turning on the cold water before the hot and tolerating physical prompts. Skills not found in other curricula. And Essential for Living is about the measurement of small increments of learner progress, from skill acquisition to fluency, to generalization, to maintenance. And Essential for Living includes a user-friendly app with video links. And Essential for Living is the only comprehensive curriculum available today specifically designed for children and adults with severe disabilities, limited skill repertoires, and severe aggressive or self-injurious behavior. Finally, and most importantly, Essential for Living includes specific teaching procedures that result in skill acquisition, a significant reduction in problem behavior, fluency, generalization, and maintenance. In other words, skills that last a lifetime.